So I definitely want to make sure that we are doing the gallery view really quickly. All right. So thanks so much for joining, everyone. My name is Amanda Owens. I am out of Mobile, Alabama. We want to thank everyone for joining us on tonight. Just a couple of housekeeping rules. Definitely make sure that you guys make sure your cameras are well, your mics are muted, and not only that, make sure that you are able to be able to ask questions at the end. We will answer questions at the end of this. So definitely make sure that you get your questions answered before we leave on tonight. But I have some women with me on tonight, and I'm going to ask them to show their video. These women are amazing. Okay. These women have definitely been able to overcome a lot of things, but through this business, been able to really make sure that they have what they
Really?
need and taking their family to the next level. And they're all millennials. Okay. So with these millennials, I'm going to go ahead and introduce them one by one, and I'm going to have them tell a little bit about themselves. So first, we want to go ahead and go to our first millennial. One-star director, Miss Jasmine Smith out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Welcome, Director Smith. I definitely want you to tell everyone on the line who you are and why you were looking for something else.
Oh, and thank you so much for this opportunity. But before I do that, I want everyone on the line to know who welcomed you and who is our hostess with the mostest tonight. That is one-star director out of Mobile, Alabama, a wife, a mother, working this business on a part-time basis, you guys, but she is seeking full-time results. Can I tell you that my sister in success has a heart of gold? She loves helping people. She was really motivated by the facts, and can I tell you that she loves making this money? So thank you so much, Miss Amanda Owens, for having me on this panel tonight. And like she said, my name is Jasmine Smith from Fayetteville, Georgia. Y'all was that professional student. I was going to school, earning multiple degrees, and I did not get a lot of work experience, Victoria. But can I tell you that this business opportunity found me when I was in the process of planning my honeymoon? So it did make sense for me to get paid on what I was going to do anyway. But can I tell you that travel was what introduced it to me? But when I saw that I had the opportunity to make some adult income, that's what kept me, Director Owens. And I know we're going to get into that a little further. So that's who Jasmine Smith is.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. You already coming with fire tonight. So we're going to go on to our next millennial out of the Birmingham, Alabama area. She is, I want to say, the youngest of the bunch tonight. Can I tell you, this is a corporate woman indeed, but she saw it and she knew that it was more. So I want to bring to the line Director in Training, Miss Melanie Pippin. Can you tell them who you are and what you were looking for?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Director Owens. Like she said, my name is Melanie Pippin. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised. And I thought I had arrived, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I did everything they told me to do growing up. How many of us had, did this? Went to school, got good grades, got that good job. For me, I thought I aced it because I got a good government job, right? But I just thought that, of course, what that meant was that I didn't need to worry about anything else. Job security is great, I don't have to worry about being laid off, but that is wrong because they didn't tell me about being furloughed. They didn't tell me about just some of the other things, just about, when you grow up and get into the real world, right? Those student loan debts that hit you once you graduate. I graduated in 2015. So a lot of things started happening real quickly when I came out of college. So I thought that, of course, for me, I wanted to supplement my lifestyle, supplement my income as I started to work and say, you know what, I want to, live a certain lifestyle. And so I thought that meant by getting two jobs. But can I tell you that two jobs are for two people? And I found myself working literally from my job 9 to 5 and at 5:30, and then working from 6 to 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning and repeating myself. Y'all, I was time broken, burnt out, and I knew that was not the way I wanted to live. So this opportunity definitely, of course, crushed that because I left that second job thinking I'm gonna find something else that gives me all the desires of my heart. And can I tell you that never happened? Because no one else called me to hire me or anything because of my schedule working full time for the government. But also, I'm thinking, okay, here I am, a millennial with a whole degree, and you're telling me I'm almost overqualified to sell handbags or scan or to work at Target. I said, never again will I have to worry about somebody trying to hire me, and I hired myself. So back to you. Director
All
Owens.
right, sorority. I didn't tell y'all, this is my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So glad to have you on with us. Last but not least, my other sister from Bama, but actually now living in the Atlanta, Georgia area. She is a 3-star director in our company. Guys, that simply means that she has thousands. I want to say she's at 1,900 business partners across the world. She's also a wife and a mom, but I would definitely want Mrs. Letitia Campbell to come up and tell everyone who you are and what it is. Why were you looking for something else? And you may be on mute. Can you come off of mute?
Uh-oh, sorry guys. As I was saying, thank you so much, Director Owens, my lovely AP forever. Thank you so much. So for me, y'all, I come from the automotive industry. A prissy girl like me, like ever since I was 20 years old, like I worked in the automotive industry. Yes, I was in the office, but I was one of those girls, or I was one of those people, not just girl, like I was one of those people who were overworked and underpaid, right? I know like it's a lot of y'all on here who can relate to what I'm saying. Like they tell you that, you know, you do such a great job. Oh, we wish we had 3 people like you per shift because you're so amazing, but y'all don't want to pay me though. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can give me like all of this glory, you know, and they didn't want to pay me what I was worth. So when I came into this opportunity and understood that if I travel, like long story short, like if I book travel, you know, all of that good stuff, that I would come home with some money, right? I'm going to get a check in return, or I'm going to also get a check when someone's booking travel with me. So it just made sense. Like I was working 15, 16 hours a day, y'all. And I'm telling you, within 9 months of starting this business, like I understood what I had and I ran. When I say ran, and I'm gonna talk to my millennials real quick. It's a lot of y'all on here. I ran to the bag in 9 months and I secured something amazing for my family, but I'm not going to get too deep into that because we got some of that tea later on for y'all. So back to you, Amanda.
Awesome. So y'all heard from these ladies. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what it is that we actually have. We are partnered with a company called Planet Marketing. Planet Marketing is over 5-year debt-free company based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And this is how we're able to actually sell travel agencies and also actually own a travel agency. So we all own a travel agency. We're all millennials and we're able to help people actually have those dream vacations and do all the things they want to do on their bucket list. But not only that, we actually are able to help others be able to get the bag as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into our panel discussion, and I'm gonna move over to my mommy millennial, Jasmine Smith, and I wanted to know what the opportunity has done for you and your family, because I know for you came into this business, with your honeymoon in mind, and then it just kind of took off for you. And now you have a family, you have a baby girl, Jada Rose, and you're really doing a lot for her. So tell me what this business has done for you.
You know, Director Owens, you're completely right. I came in because travel, right? I don't know about y'all, but my growing up, travel for me was going to my grandparents' house, 12 hours in the car. It wasn't no airplanes, right? And it definitely wasn't Cancun or anybody's island. So when I did get pregnant, and this was a pregnancy that I had prayed for, I had prayed for her to be, come be alive, because it was a difficult pregnancy. And Director Owens, when I had her, my husband and I was like, no, it was high risk, went through so much. I'm not going back to work. And this business I had as a hobby because it was cute to go ahead and make a little money, that little side hustle. That's what we called it, right? It was cute just to make a little money on travel. But then the light bulb went off. And I said that my daughter was in the NICU. And I had to have somebody tell me if I could touch her, when I could feed her. I was away, so I had to call and check on her. I was like, nope, not again. No man or woman, but God is going to tell me when I can and cannot with my daughter. So I said, no, I'm not going back to work. Forget all those degrees that I paid money for. I'm going to work this hobby, side hustle, as a business. And with that, I was able to take my daughter at 11 months on her first cruise. The little girl is 4 years old right now and has so many frequent flyer miles. It's unbelievable. She gets excited about grabbing her own suitcase and walking through the airport. I'm going on an airplane now. And she even asks when she sees it in the car now, are we going on that airplane? I'm like, not yet. She has a passport. I didn't get mine until I was 27 getting married. My daughter at 3 had her passport and she's gonna get it stamped this year. So with that, not only have I been able to create memories with my daughter that was not afforded to me, I'm able to break those generational curses because I'm available and I'm really present with my daughter. 10 o'clock swim classes, we taking them. 4 o'clock gymnastics classes, we taking them. Lunch at the school, I'm there. She knows that I am present, and it's because of this business that I've been able to do that.
Ooh, all right, man. Director Smith, you have said a lot. And how many of us, because I was right with you when you said it, put it in the chat. How many of us have all these degrees and we actually doing what we're supposed to do with them? I know I'm not one. So how many y'all got those degrees? You're not even in the field in what you studied. So think about that, all these degrees, but where is it getting us? I'm going to push back over to Director Campbell. Director Campbell, you said you was in the automotive industry. I do remember when you were in the industry. What was it that made travel right for you? What was it about travel to make you jump in this?
So for one, like I know this like sound crazy, but y'all know how we do like our New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. Believe it or not, like that particular year, 2017, January 2017, like that was one of my New Year's resolutions. Like I want to travel more because the prior year, July 2016, we took like the kids like the Universal Studios, and we had like this big family trip in Florida. And y'all, like a person booked my travel that is in the company like right now, and I had no idea. So when I came across this opportunity, I'm like, wait a minute. So this is the same business. This lady made money off me last year. I can make money booking travel for myself and for other people. Like that was the plug for me, right? Like that, it made sense. Like, why would you not want to make money off of something that you desire to do and put yourself in a better position to do it more? So all of that, it clicked. Like it had to make sense. And when it made sense to me, it was cool. When it made sense to my husband, like it was a win-win. Like I was winning at that point.
Yes. So let me tell y'all about this company because Director Campbell, yeah, she booked a lot of travel. It made sense to her. But with our host agency and teletravel, basically we get our own.com. We have travel credentials where we can actually book anything from cars, hotels, cruise lines, rental properties, sporting events, concerts, you name it. If it has anything to do with entertainment or travel, we book it. We get paid 70, 80% commission on it. Okay. So that's the plug she was talking about. We were able to do things and get paid from what people were doing. So with that being said, I'm going to scoot on over to Miss Melanie Pippin because you say you were working 2 jobs. So what was it for you? Why travel and why now? Why doing it now?
Why doing it now? Go ahead and drop in the chat. Say we are outside. We're outside. So if you're not a millennial, don't want me by outside. We're outside. Listen, travel is an $8 trillion industry expected to grow to 15 trillion within the next decade. And it's the number one resource word between 9 to 5, in which I told you what I was doing during 9 to 5. I was working. Restrictions or not, millennials have been able to adapt to the changes. And not only that, millennials, we're relentless. Want to know why? Because we spend $200 billion a year on travel. Now, granted, I told you, yes, I did go get a second job. In which if I had the money and all that, of course, I wouldn't go get the second job if I already had what I needed in the first job, right? And most time we were asking mama, daddy, robbing Peter to pay Paul, whoever. We're relentless when it comes to trying to get somewhere, right? But I thought about it. To me, that's how travel is. Because right now we thought that travel, of course, when things arise, 9/11, Ebola, COVID, right? It's relentless as well because when you think that travel is down, boom, it comes back up. So per year, we're spending this money, or people are going to do it anyway. So why not put your bank account in a way? So that's why I travel. Why now? Because everybody's outside. And if everybody's going to be outside, you got to be outside too, but getting some money in your pocket, coming home to a receipt and a confirmation. Back to you, Director Open.
Oh, yes, we are outside. Who's been itching to go back outside? I know everybody's busting at the seams, and I just saw that American Airlines is canceling flights because they can't keep up with the demand, y'all. That lets you know travel is booming and it is happening now, and you definitely want to put yourself in the way of that. So back to Director Campbell, how do you have time to earn on your business? I know you were doing it first when you were working your full-time job. So can you talk about working those 10, 15 hours a day, versus doing your business now, being a full-time entrepreneur, a six-figure earner? How does that add up for you? Tell the millennials.
Oh my God. So, okay, first, we're going to make time. And this is for those millennials who we like to make excuses when we really don't want to do something, but we want to do it. And we don't want to put it all out there. And we want to like have every excuse of, I don't have time. But the real tea is you do have time. You make time for what you really want, right? And I made that time to hit a goal. And so I had a certain money goal like that I wanted to hit in order for me to walk off of my job. And was it hard? Yes, it was absolutely hard. Was it late nights, early mornings? Yes, because like Miss Pippin said that, sometimes she would be at 1 o'clock in the morning working. She would go 9 to 5 to her full-time job and she would be at 1 o'clock in the morning. Guys, that was me. Like, for real, like that was me grinding. But, once I hit that money number and understood really what this opportunity had to offer y'all, once I got a touch and taste of the entrepreneur lifestyle and what it had to offer and the freedom, that's what got me. It was the freedom that got me. Like the money came second. Of course, the money gonna come with it. But the freedom, y'all, I've worked ever since I was 14 years old. I've worked for someone else ever since 14. My first job was Build-A-Bear Workshop in the Galleria at 14 years old, right? Yes, in Hoover at the Galleria, 14 years old. Like, and just to have a taste of entrepreneurship and all the things that come with it, with this opportunity, like when I stopped working for somebody else and gave it my all, like it was game over. Like, we want the money's gonna come. But again, the freedom, y'all, I can see my kids off to school. Jordan, like my oldest, he didn't know what it feels like for me to make a fresh breakfast. Like, but my youngest, when I was able to like be at home, like he understands now, like, oh, I get fresh pancakes. I don't have to get warm-ups. Like kids love that and they pay attention. They pay attention, y'all. So life is just great. Like for me, I can't speak on nobody else because, and I'm not encouraging no one and I'm not discrediting a job because like, we all started off with a job when we did this. However, it's the freedom for me, y'all. Like it's the freedom, period.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let me tell y'all can do this full time. Y'all can do this part time. It is up to you because this business is for busy people and business is for people who want more than what that 9 to 5 is going to give them. So Miss Pippin, I want you to break it down because you definitely are on fire. We're giving this information. IntelliTravel, our travel agency, is giving us 3 guarantees to make sure that we're successful in our business. Of course, they already give us our website. They give us all the credentials, the resources, the marketing, everything that we need. Now they're giving us risk-free 3 guarantees. Break them down for me.
All right, you want them, here and go. But the 3 guarantees at IntelliDriver, we got to give it up to IntelliDriver for this because we got the best travel price guarantee, which actually isn't for really us. It's really for our clients to show, hey, listen, if they, of course, you go and book that itinerary for them and they find something maybe a little bit cheaper somewhere else on another .com, as it compares to apples, well, what IntelliDriver says, listen, we're going to either meet the price, beat the price, or give them the difference up to 110% in IntelliBucks, which means 1, you have a return customer, so you're not losing out on anyone. But number 2, it shows that you have competitive pricing, so that it's not a one-stop, one thing, and your customers are discouraged because you couldn't outbeat them. No, you work with them, and now IntelliTravel is guaranteeing you a client. The next one is the 30-day money back guarantee. It's on so many things that we can tell you, we can show you that through this Zoom, these screen videos. We want you to come inside this opportunity from the inside, try it out, book that girl's trip, that guy's trip. I know there's people on this line who want to go on that first cruise, who want to get out of the country, stamp those passports, do it. And if you decide, you know what, I'm allergic to anyway money, I don't want, of course, don't think this is for me, you can get your money back within 30 days. But this last one really had me baffled, which is the unique profit guarantee, in which IntelliTravel said this: come inside this opportunity. If you don't earn in your travel commissions or save what, of course, what you invest, of course, on your own travel and what you invest in this opportunity, and if you follow the proven success system that we give you within that, after that 30-day trial and after that 11 months, then what IntelliTravel would do is actually write you a check for the difference, which means you have nothing to lose. Now, what I can say is I went to school. We are all college educated, of course, here on this panel, but they didn't guarantee, that degree did not guarantee me success. Okay. But IntelliTravel is the guarantee you success within 12 months. So that's a game changer for me.
Game changer. Y'all put game changer in the chat. And Director Smith, I'm gonna move over to you because you know all about these guarantees. Was that game changer for you? What does the guarantees give you, and what have you seen with those guarantees?
And you know what? I was about to say those game changers, because that's really what it is. Those 3 guarantees, they're powerful. Because let's be real, some people hear it, they see it, and they're skeptical, right? They're skeptical. But you can't be skeptical and broke. You can't be broke financially or broke time. So it eliminated the skepticism. And what it really did for me, because I grew up in a household with a traditional business owner and my father. And I saw him struggle starting his business, sweat equity, really. Even the family suffered financially. We had to go without. But I never saw entrepreneurship for myself until I saw those 3 guarantees, because I was like, I didn't have to go and purchase another degree, because that was a purchase. That was a real investment. It didn't cause for me to have to get a loan or anything. I'm put the cat out the bag. I spent $200 to run 2 different businesses. Everybody on this line has spent that on bundles, makeup, alcohol on the weekend. So $2 for a business with those 3 guarantees that said that everybody can come on a even playing field no matter where you start, that released all skepticism for me. And I was like, okay, I could do this. I'm backed by that support, and I got a mentor that's going to push and pull me as well. It was a done deal.
Listen, I understand you on that, because if y'all are like us, of course, everybody wants to travel. And that is what entices us, because we want to live that lifestyle. We want to be able to see new places. But can I tell you, but with these women, these millennials on the line, that travel is not what kept us here. We have all been working our business for over 1, 2, 3 years. Can I tell you that it was the marketing, it was the Planet marketing side of the business that is keeping us here and is keeping us pushing for that top incomer spot. So I'm gonna move over to 3-star director, Mrs. Campbell. Please let the people know, what is it? What is it about this that is keeping you? What is keeping you in this business? We know what it is, but we need you to break it down for the millennials on the line.
Okay, real quick. I need everybody, I'm gonna play this chat thing with y'all too. I need everybody to put money in my sleep. Put that in the chat box. Money in my sleep. That is the number one thing I'm going to say after coming out, because I don't like to even use it as our excuse or whatever, but after coming out of this pandemic, I have a whole different mindset. In the beginning, I understood residual income, make money in your sleep, all of that good stuff. But to live it and understand how important it is to be positioned in such an amazing opportunity, y'all. Let me tell you, during this pandemic, a lot of people were out sad, down below. Y'all know what I mean when I say down below. A lot of people went through it. Yes, they got the government money and all of that stuff like that. But for me and my business partners that are on here, my sideline business partners that are on here delivering this information, I can tell y'all right now that we were good. And for me, like, that is important because all that work and all that grinding that I did, remember in the beginning, I told y'all, and Miss Pippin told you guys that we were up late at night doing all of this good stuff. All of that, like, that's what helped us stay secure during this crisis, during this world crisis. So that is what's keeping me over here on this side. Okay. That's what's keeping me, to know that what I did earlier on in my business and everything that I'm continuing to do, like, it has me positioned to where I don't have to worry. All I have to do is keep grinding and it's always going to be there, but I don't have to worry. Residual income, making money in my sleep, that is what's keeping me here.
And see, y'all, Director Campbell is being modest. She is a top 50 income earner in the entire company. So she definitely knows what it means to rise above. Now, I'm going to switch over to Director Smith. Director Campbell talked about the residual income. Break down for them what residual income is. They need to understand the type of money, the streams of money that we're making on this side, on top of what we're doing in travel commission.
Ooh, I love talking about the money and residual. I'm not going to insult anyone's intelligence on here, but yeah, we're degreed up, right? But I still had no idea fully what residual income was, Director Owens, because they ain't teach me that. They taught me to go to school, get good grades, get a good job, work for somebody for 40 years, retire, get 40% of my income. No, they didn't teach me to do something one time and get a check over and over and over again. But that's what this compensation plan shows us. Is how we did work in 2016 that we're still getting checks for in 2021. Anybody got residual? Probably not, because that is not something that's easily accessible. We think about residual, we think about, making some music. You're gonna go and get those royalties. Nah, I don't know about y'all. We ain't singing around here, but we're helping people change lives. And every time we do that, we're going to get a check when we help them. And then we're going to get a check the following month that is residual for helping them one time. So everybody go ahead and put in the chat, do the work, because that's what we're doing. We're changing lives and we're doing the work. And then we get weekly checks, Director Owens. Weekly. WEEKLY, not WEALKY. See, you ain't got to be that smart. I spelled that wrong. But it's paid upfront and on a weekly basis, because every time you help somebody get their business started, you're going to get a $50 bill. Now, I know y'all saying, y'all talking about $50 on here, right? But I could tell you that $50 adds up. And if wherever you are, if you find $50 outside your door, what we going to do? Step on it, pull it to ourselves, and say when you do it, right? You find that $50 in your husband's laundry, Director Campbell, you taking it, right? You a six-figure income earner, but you pulling that $50 is like you missed out of that. So that income is paid up front and weekly. But then he takes it a step further, because he said, okay, everybody's going to make some money when they help people get started. But what about a 50% check match? I have referred people to jobs a lot. And a lot of times I was like, I shouldn't have got them hired. But I really would have done it a little more if I knew every time they got a check on every Friday, I got a 50% check match. That's powerful. Think about that. When somebody makes $500, you get $250 just as a thank you. And then those six levels of $10 team bonuses. I never got so happy to get a $10 team bonus in my life. But $10 team bonuses are changing people's lives. Thus, 3 additional streams of income that's paid upfront on a weekly basis. And then that residual is truly a game changer. $4 for every business partner in your organization. $4 don't seem like a lot, but when you grow an organization of 100, making you a 1-star director, that's $400 extra from helping people. So y'all go ahead and put it in the chat. Take it to the bank, because that's what we're doing.
Ooh, take it to the bank, y'all. Take it to the bank. Can I tell you that these women on this panel taking it to the bank on every Thursday on the 10th of the month, and 2 of them taking it to the bank on the 1st of the month too, every month. So go ahead and take it to the bank in there. Now I'm gonna push back over to Director Campbell. I could talk about this, but I know this is powerful to her, because I can remember a time when she was running to hit that next level. And she really had her back against the wall. I want you to talk about the legacy, what that means to your babies. Guys, the millennials on the line, you have kids, put it in the chat if you have kids. This is something that we dream of that our jobs cannot give us. Director Campbell, please break it down. Let them know what the legacy is.
Absolutely. So this is the part where we like get super serious, we get super passionate. Like I can already feel like the warm and fuzzies on the inside just to be able to tell you guys, because I was one of those people that had a scare, but I'm gonna get to that. So we have a legacy that, and what that means is once you reach 100 people in your organization, your network, whatever you want to call it, the company you'll get a legacy business from the company. And that just means that like whoever your beneficiary is, whether it's your kids, it can be your husband. For me, and my husband is also a director as well. So for us, we have our children set up to receive, right? So basically, in the event that something happens to you, once you hit 1-star director, 100 people, remember that 100 people in your organization, the company is going to continue to issue your checks out, like all of your weekly earnings, all of your monthly earnings, everything that you earn. Me right now, everything that I earn, and I am a top 50 income earner. If something were to happen to me, God forbid, if something were to happen to me, that money goes directly to my children on time, every month, faithfully. If I got weekly pay coming in, they're getting that too. But let me tell y'all how, like, we talk about it, and I'm going to get a little serious real quick. We talk about this legacy business. We understand how important the legacy business is. And all of us that have children, we desire that for our kids. Like everybody that comes into the business, and once they really understand how powerful it is, everybody desires that for their kids. But me, Letitia Campbell, in 2018, I had a scare, right? I had a big scare. There was some cancer going on with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had a big scare. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me until after the fact, y'all. So imagine and I was a 1-star director, which means that I had over 100 people. Imagine being someone who you don't know what's wrong with you. Like they put me on the cardiac floor with 70-year-old patients. Like it was just traumatic. But just imagine, y'all, I was so I don't even want to cry with y'all, but like at the time I was 34 years old, y'all, on the floor with patients that are 70 and 80 years old, y'all. I thought I was gonna die. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? No, the doctors was pointing the finger. That's how serious it was. They were pointing the finger at each other. I thought I was gonna die. But mentally, I had a sense of peace. I had a sense of peace that knowing if it's my time, those babies gonna be good because of that Planet Pledge, that legacy business. I live that. This is not no made up story. Like I actually live that. And laying there, and when I came out of it, it made me realize, like, okay, the company has this in place. And you mean to tell me everything that I do right now, my kids will inherit that, and then their kids inherit that? Y'all, I just learned about generational wealth in the last, like when I joined this opportunity. It wasn't discussed in my household. It's you go to work, period. You go to work. So I now have generational wealth. I'm continuing to run and help as many people as I can, because no matter what, like most people want to set up college funds and trust funds and all this stuff like this. Yeah, that sounds good, but that money gonna run out. But over here, this money ain't gonna run out. So this is what I'm working toward, setting up my kids' future. I'm not gonna hold y'all like right there, Director Owens. I'm gonna give it back to you because I know how I get when I tell that story.
Yes.
Wet over here.
But we glad you told it, because some people need to hear. They got to see the real. Y'all, go ahead and put in the chat legacy. She is so correct. I have 3 degrees. Nobody told me about residual income. Nobody told me how to create generational wealth. But can I tell you, when I heard about that pledge, I said, I got to get to directorship. This is crazy. I have to have something for my babies. Y'all, it is definitely a team effort to get to that directorship. And once you get there, you're just pulling up your people so they can get that legacy as well. We all winning together. Now, Melanie Pimpin, come on and let them know. Now, some people say, well, I don't want to help other people. I don't want to, be able to do that, or I don't want to tell other people about the opportunity. What would you say to those people who, really don't want to share the wealth, I should say?
Listen, for the people who say, I don't want to recruit, I don't want to build, and I don't want to share the wealth, but we share everything else. We share everything else for free. We share chicken sandwiches, who did your hair, the Netflix shows. I mean, these are things on a daily basis I see on my timeline on social media. Who this, in search of this, that, and the third. And so why not, even taking it deeper, we share gossip. We share things that really would not yield us any income. So if you can't really share a wealth building principle or an opportunity that can, not only build your generation wealth, but build your children, why not? And so what we're doing is tapping into each other's networks, because J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 100% of 100 men than to have 1% of my own efforts. And so just to break it down for you, what I mean by that, we're not making money off of you making money with you, because collaborations equals coins. Put that in the chat. Collaboration equals coins. Back to you, Director.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm taking that,
I
Soror.
gotta use that, girl.
Yes. Look, let me write that down. So I'm gonna go ahead and shift it. The millennials, I know the majority of us, we got the degrees and the careers, we standing on that piece of paper, whatever it is worth at this point. Director Smith, definitely let us know, what would you say to that busy millennial, the one with the family, the one with the career, who may not think that this is something for them or something that they may not need? What would you say to them at this point?
How long you gonna be that busy? Right? You busy doing what? You too busy to make extra money? You too busy to leave a legacy for your family? You too busy to secure another bag? You're not that busy. You're comfortable. That's what you are. You're comfortable and you're skeptical, but you can't be skeptical and broke again. So again, I encourage everybody, get outside of yourself, because it's bigger than you. At some point, right, somebody that you love is going to pass away. Are you going to have a GoFundMe, or are you going to cut a check? At some point, you're going to have some kids that's looking back at you. Are you going to give them noodles, or are they going to be eating lobster at 4 years old? Dipping it in butter. Sorry, y'all. My daughter, she a little bougie. But you can't be too busy to secure something. You can't be too busy to help change people's lives. Because if you are, I need to know, what else are you doing, right? Because it's people in this business working it on a part-time basis and still securing 6 figures. It's an opportunity out there. Don't be afraid to do the work. So many times we like stuff that comes easy. That's why we stuck in jobs that we don't like, getting minimum wage, because it's simple. We don't want to put in the work. Stop being busy and get some money.
Oh my goodness. Come on now. Look, we can close it right there. We close it with Director Smith preaching out and closing that sermon. But I want to go ahead and shift to Miss Pippin really quickly. And since she is the youngest on the panel, and she sees us and she understands coming from those 2 jobs, going down to 1, having her career, but still working this business like it's the only thing she has. Who is this business best suited for, Miss Pippin?
I'm going to just talk to my people. It's suited for people who want their independence. And I don't know if anybody's like me who, yes, I got a job. Yes, I got my own car. Yes, but I want my own house. I want to be debt free. I want to, let's take it a little step bit further. Mama did their raising. Daddy did their raising. It's time for y'all to fly the nest. It's time for y'all to do some things on your own. Some other people may either have goals and dreams for yourself. Some people may have a vision. But some people need a provision for their vision. And that was for me. Because of course, travel may not be for everybody. All of us may not even like to book travel sometimes, right? But if we can have a vehicle like this one that can drive us to our wealthy place, drive us to those additional streams of income, driving us to somewhere that we can continue to build and give us all the desires of our life, why not? No, I don't have kids. No, I don't have a husband. So for the people who are out here, who are working, and it's just them and them, meaning they just responsible for their one person, it's no excuses. And I'm talking even to myself. It's no excuses. I have no one else. But what I'm doing is setting myself up for when it does come time for I have my husband, which he doesn't have to worry about whether he has to be a rich husband because he will have a rich wife. And also my kids, they don't have to worry or lack for anything. They don't have to live a credit life. They're gonna live a debit life, being able to swipe. They don't have to worry about checking the bank account. So this is for the person who is out there seeking for their own independence, trying to get out that house, trying to get off that job, and really searching for their purpose and have a vision, but they need a provision. This is the vehicle for you. Back to you, Director Opus.
Oh, yes. And Latoya Bailey, I just saw you down there put period. I said that in my city girl voice in my head. Yes, period. Y'all, it is time. It is time to set yourself up. Not even if you don't know what you're setting yourself up for, like we didn't know about this pandemic. We didn't know this was coming. Set yourself up because, like Director Campbell said, we were good. Our company paid out every month like clockwork on time, during the height of the pandemic because we did the work and we were helping people. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all what this opportunity costs. I know Director Smith already broke it down and let the cat out the bag, but I'm going to tell y'all if y'all forgot $200. $200 gives you two businesses. You have your own travel agency. You work that from home. You work that from your cell phone, your laptop, whatever. Not only that, you have those travel credentials, being able to travel like an insider, be able to do that market research, right? Have $100,000 marketing system to help you brand yourself to your friends, your family, your coworkers, your haters, whomever. But not only that, now you have additional 7 streams of income with Planet Marketing, how you can help other people be able to own their own travel agency across 20 different countries. But not only that, be able to empower, help them build their organization, and like Ms. Pippin said, collaborate so everybody gets those coins. Okay. So I want to thank at this time our panelists on tonight, and we're